Let's talk about three things that are keeping you stuck and four things that you can do about it. First, it's not your motivation. The greatest likelihood is that one of these three things I'm about to show you are manifesting as a lack of motivation. All three of these are energy drains. They are bandwidth drains. They are draggy anchors that pull you down, and it feels like quicksand to walk through your day, walk through your job, walk through the tasks that you have. And so it feels like a lack of motivation when what you really have is an energy drain. First is unexpressed emotion. Look, when you're a leader, when you are a professional, when you're an entrepreneur, you want to look like you have it all together. You want to put up a good image in front of your employees. You want to look like you know what you're doing. And very often, we don't have anybody that we are talking to. We don't have anybody that we are talking about our fears, frustrations with. We don't have anybody that we're talking about our difficult relationships with, either our romantic relationships or difficult relationships with other human beings. And so all of these unexpressed emotions weigh on us. And they're, like I said, there's these anchors and they hold us back. And it feels so difficult to drag ourselves through our day when we have so much unexpressed emotion. This often shows up. It feels like a lack of motivation. It's not. Then there are limiting beliefs, these preconceived ideas, these narratives that we carry around, some from our childhood, some from our parents, some from our grandparents. These beliefs that we are somehow limited, that there's something that is not available to us. There are money stories about money that our family will never have money, that we are not successful people. We are poor, hardworking people. There you may carry a story about love, about what love is, about what an epic relationship is, and how that may or may not be available to you. All of these limiting beliefs can show up. And because when you really, really want your goals, when you really, really want a thing, but they are in conflict with your limiting beliefs, it's going to be very difficult to move in a direction that deep down you feel like you may not deserve, you may not be worthy of, or you may not simply have access to. These limiting beliefs can show up as a lack of motivation. The truth is you are just carrying around a narrative that is in conflict with your goals. Then we have a dysregulated nervous system. If you are in your sympathetic nervous system, if you are in fight or flight, if you are in survival mode all the time, then you are under stress all the time, and it feels like there's no relief. When you are like this is a huge energy drain, and it feels like you cannot bring your full energy. It feels like you can't bring your full attention because your nervous system is crackling. You need to be able to shift back into that parasympathetic nervous system. You need to be able to shift back into rest. You need to be able to shift back into a calm, relaxed nervous system. And if you can't do that, your nervous system gets dysregulated, and you're just this ball of stress all the time. You're in survival mode all the time. Your amygdala, your little lizard brain, is running the show. And until you can shift it back into your parasympathetic nervous system, gain access to higher cognitive functions, you just feel like you're just in a rat on a wheel, and it is maddening, and it feels like you can't bring your full attention or your full energy to anything. So what do we do about this? First, for the unexpressed emotions, you can start right now. Journal. Humans think in images and emotions, and when you write, when you force your brain to language these images and emotions, what you are doing is you are taking them, you are making sense of them, you are categorizing them, you are explaining them to yourself, and you are putting them down on paper, which means your mind and your emotions no longer has to keep track of it. Your mind and your emotions are no longer carrying it. They've been put down on paper. They exist somewhere. so you can go on with your business. You can go on with the business of living. When we journal, it doesn't matter what you write, just write. Write for 20 minutes a day. The most successful people in the world journal. They have a constant flow of just stuff. And the truth is, some of it may be brilliant, some of it may be garbage. The point is to get it out. The point is to talk about the things that are frustrating you. Talk about your fears. Talk about your ideas. Talk about all this stuff. When you talk about it on a piece of paper, your brain stops holding on to it and you free up that energy, you free up that bandwidth. Next, get some mentorship. Now, it can be direct mentorship through coaching, through hiring a mentor. It can be indirect coaching, reading books, personal development, YouTube videos, podcasts, whatever it is. Get some mentorship. This will help you begin breaking down those limiting beliefs that you've been carrying around forever. When we get mentorship, once again, either direct or indirect mentorship, we can begin moving through our shadow. We can begin moving through these things that break us down, that stop us in our tracks. We can find the truth about these beliefs and discard that which is not true and not serving us. Third, meditation. I cannot tell you how important the process of meditation is. It literally creates new neural pathways. It calms your body. It calms your mind. It teaches your mind to stop. It teaches it to relax. It gives you those crucial breaks that your mind needs in order to transition and move to the next task. Meditation is an absolute game changer. It is incredible, and it's something that you can start doing immediately. Finally, there's breath work. And if you want to shift out of your sympathetic nervous system, if you want to shift out of fight or flight, if you want to shift out of survival mode and into rest and digest, into that parasympathetic nervous system where you have access to higher brain functions, your little lizard brain, your amygdala is not running the show, breath work is where it's at. Maybe you've heard of Wim Hof, maybe you've heard of pranayama breathing. Look, if you don't know what's up with breath work, it's time for you to find out what's up with breath work. It has been shown to help with depression. It's been shown to be effective with PTSD. It strengthens your immune system. There are all sorts of health benefits associated with breath work. It's time for you to find out what's up with that. These are things that you can go to right now. You can begin right now. You can begin journaling immediately. You can seek mentorship, direct or indirect, immediately. You can begin meditating. Download an app, begin meditating right away. Join me. I do 2 free breathwork sessions every week. There's tons of it available. If you have any questions, if this helps you at all, please reach out to me and let me know how I can help. I'm happy to answer any questions you have.